As we reported last week on Halton News, there are rumors swirling about a new Costco coming to Halton Hills. There's a development proposed at Regional Road 25 and 5 Side Road, in which the company known as Rice Group has stated that they do have an agreement with a retail warehouse membership club. But a confidentiality agreement is also in place. So in this morning's chat with Mayor Ann Lawlor, I asked if she was able to confirm the coming of a Costco.
Sorry, I can't. I can't confirm. Well, I'm not. Well, the proposal is for a membership retail outlet. And whether that's a Costco or not, I really can't say. Because as was described in some of the press earlier on, this is a proposal. And, you know, I don't tend to count my chickens till they're hatched. And there's a whole bunch of work that still has to happen, Jason, before we really know whether or not a Costco is coming to town. Because right now, the proposal area, the land on which this is perhaps might happen, is not zoned for a retail or a commercial activity at all. It's currently zoned agricultural. And so what the proposal involves is changing the zoning, changing the land use that has been planned for that kind of purpose. So Town Council for Halton Hills has some work to do, and our planning department and the proponents have some work to do before we can say, yes, this is what is going to happen on that site. Because we don't have any pipes in the ground for that kind of thing to happen. And the road network isn't ready to go. And the stormwater management hasn't been organized. And what that land will look like is very much a question. So I know everybody's excited about the possibility of a Costco, but it at this stage in the game, it could be just a retail outlet sitting in the middle of a field, and we've got to get organized with where the pipes might go, how the infrastructure could happen, and decide whether or not that's what the kind of use that we want in that area before we can give a green light to that proposal. So there's a bit of work, and I know people are excited about it, and I'm sure that will add a little bit of enthusiasm to the work that's being done. But I have to say, we're on hold for a bit before I can say, yes, this is what's happening.
All right. Well, listen, we're definitely going to be on top of that story and pursuing it here. As you've said, there is excitement surrounding it, but let's chat about something else. You brought this to my attention. You wanted to chat about the potential consolidation of the Conservation Authority. Now, I was unaware of this, but tell me about, I think maybe you need to give a bit of a Reader's Digest on what the Conservation Authority does and what the ramifications of a consolidation would be for Halton Hills.
Well, thanks, Jason. This is an issue that I'm pretty passionate about. I happen to be the chair of Credit Valley Conservation right now. And the conservation authorities are boards that are made up primarily of municipal council members and sometimes members of the public to manage the watersheds of Ontario. And conservation authorities were put in place in the 1940s and 50s as a result of massive flooding that occurred largely with Hurricane Hazel. Conservation authorities now run beautiful parks and they manage the environment. They continue to warn us about flooding, but they also give us the science, the kind of the boots on the ground that tell us how we need to manage our environment to avoid flooding. the province is proposing that the 36 conservation authorities that currently exist would be consolidated into a much smaller number, like under 10 is what they're proposing. And I worry about that proposal because locally, with our Credit River being the watershed that Credit Valley Conservation manages, and also the creeks that Conservation Halton manages, then I worry that that sensitivity to some of those local environmental assets is going to be lost.